Hello, Lawrence.
Hello, Arne.
Live from the UK. It's nice to see you.
How are you doing?
What's that, chess club?
It's chess boxing Berlin. So, I'm part of the
Oh,
chess boxing gym, yeah.
nice. Yes.
So,
Excellent.
repping the chess boxing. Been a while since I've done it. Need to get back into it.
It'll
How
happen.
are things with you?
They're great. I'm looking forward to the Christmas holidays for the next for the new year, and yeah, I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky with a lot of things, so I'm very happy.
I can
Luckily,
see you've got a beautiful cat there
that is
on
our
your
little cat, one of our three cats, Tofu. She finally
okay.
settled. Let's see if she will stay calm for the rest of the show, because
Tofu.
Tofu, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she's not a fan of tactics. She likes more
Yeah.
positional games. It's weird, yeah.
Fantastic.
Weirdo. Anyway, let's get into this, I would say,
Let's
because
start.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
let's
it's
start.
all a bit improvised. I think it's
It
super
is.
cool that although you're traveling so often that you still manage to make the show happen. So that's cool.
I try to.
Yeah.
I try to,
No, that's
yeah.
that's great. So I'm looking forward for some world champion tactics.
Yes. So today we're going to be looking at, we already did a show on it where we looked at some famous combinations and tactics from World Championship matches. And today we're going to do that and, of course, carry on with our tactics.chessbase.com quest to get good. So
Yes.
I guess I will share my screen
Do it.
with you. And we will start from this position. Now, actually, hold on a second here.
I will hold on
Yeah,
a second.
actually, we're going to go here. We'll go to train. You can't see the notation, can
No,
you?
I
It's
know. I
only this.
always I always take care
Brilliant.
to cover everything here. As can you at home. You cannot see anything. You just see the little diagram below. So it's time for warm up. That's how it is. Stretch a
Well,
little
this one,
bit.
this one is actually a bit of a tricky warm up, actually.
Okay. Now, but anyway, it's time for tactics. That's what I want to say. So
Yes.
really get your thoughts away. It just takes a couple of
Shake,
minutes.
shake it out.
Take a look at the diagram below and just let's see. Let's try to find it out yourself. It takes a couple of minutes probably because it looks complicated. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. And let's just give a little bit of background. So
Yes, please.
this is the match between Anand and Topalov. Their famous match from 2010, where Topalov played some very inspiring chess. Anand at that period, 2009, 2010, 2011, in my opinion, was at his absolute peak in terms of objective playing strength. So was Toppy. Toppy was playing some extraordinary chess, showed some brilliant stuff in the openings, got very creative positions, and had a lot of wins, had a lot of losses, but that's his style. And in this particular game, it was Vishy who was white. This came from a Catalan opening, and we have the position. Topalov has just played the move rook a to d8.
Her favorite opening, Catalan.
Yes.
Just short little joke. Yes,
Hold
I
on.
know.
Got it. Got it. Got it.
She was like,
Tofu liked it anyway. She liked it. Okay, so Arne, this is a position with white to play. Now, how do we approach such a position?
we give checks and hit and just take out pieces wherever we can, and then see if it
Correct.
works.
Correct.
Obviously, we have some beautiful checks, and this has to be part of the solution. It's the knight, which is looking at h6 or f6. Then we also have some ideas with maybe with the bishop on the line of c6.
Correct.
Maybe we can combine both together somehow.
Wonderful. So that's exactly what I see in this position, right? I see there's clearly a very enticing check, sacrifice check to open up the black king. But I can also see that black has probably got some decent resources that we have to be aware of. And that we need to combine it also with some kind of loose piece. Now, the bishop on c6, as you said, it is protected at the moment by the knight on b4, but it's still a little loose because it's in the firing line of our bishop on g2 and so on. So it's a way of combining all of those. It's going to be the solution to this puzzle.
Okay. So let me first go with my gut instinct and then see if it really works. So I would just snatch this little bishop on c6 with my rook.
Mm-hmm.
Then
before anything
else, which is probably not okay. Okay, but then I would assume the knight should take back. I think otherwise you just lose a piece. Then I would go to e5, attacking the knight on c6, and the plan is to get the knight to f6, my other knight, give the check, then get the queen to h6 and the pawn to f6
and mate him on g7.
Check. Yeah.
Easy game.
Easy game, exactly. But it's probably not as easy.
Okay.
So you mentioned you would do this before anything else. Well, how would it be if I tried to... If I try to reverse it or play some other moves. So now all of a sudden, I can also think of knight e5. Attacking, double attack. So
but in which order should we be looking at this? So moves like knight e5.
Checks.
Right. So you've got to start with that line even before rook takes c6, right?
Good point. Okay, so let's just go for the very natural...
Cool.
Yeah, let's go for knight takes h6. The bishop, the pawn takes back, and then I would say the queen takes on h6.
So you've got to follow through with that. Okay, so because there are no checks there, and it's the logical follow-up. And also after queen takes h6, at the very least, if it was our move, we have queen g5 check and a minimum draw, right? Minimum, because we have perpetual check, minimum.
True, yes.
Right. So we then have to approach the position after queen takes h6. Now, this is where we have to be vigilant. What resources does black have there?
Now, that's a good point. What resources does black have? So, I mean, to avoid a perpetual check, I guess the f pawn has to move up.
Correct.
Yeah.
So the f pawn moves up, and the most sensible place is to f6, not f5, because f5 allows queen takes e6 check.
Yeah.
Okay, so pawn to f6. Okay, that's where you get to that quite easily, and then you have to make a judgment call as to whether there's any follow-up there.
Gotcha. Okay. So this knight is gone. So one plan for following up is to either activate the knight on d6 or shift one of the rooks over.
Right.
But there are too many knights in the way.
Right. There's a lot of knights, a lot of pawns. It's very difficult to shift those rooks over.
Yeah. Now, if I can get... But then also f6 is unpleasant and it takes too much time. How to do this best? Oh yeah, it is complicated. It is complicated, Lawrence. Vishy...
It's not easy.
Vishy found it in how many minutes?
Oh, I have no idea about the minutes. Absolutely no. I guess he found this quite easily, actually. But it's quite... The next part is the tricky part. That's for sure.
Now, also... Okay, but... So this is what sometimes happens.
Go on. Mm-hmm.
After f6, I would say this is difficult to calculate. And I cannot immediately find something. So now I would go like, what about actually not taking on h6, but giving a check on f6 instead? Because if the check is f6 and you take back and the queen takes back, then you cannot move the pawn on f7 to f6 because there is already a pawn on f6.
Correct.
So from this point of view, I would think that makes more sense. Now, you can tell, I guess the solution is the knight h6 after all. But why? But this is difficult because there's this, this train of thoughts which I just had. How to avoid something like this, or do you have to go through that? Do you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, there's something you did in the previous line which needs fixing, right? Which is basically we played knight h6, gh6, queen h6, f6, and you stopped here because you said it was complicated, right? Yes. Now that clearly we can't stop a line just here. What you could do is you could say, okay, well, I need to finish that line, sure, but I will finish it because your suggestion of knight f6, gf6, and now queen takes h6 is also very sensible. But for example, in this position here, I can already see a move like, for example, queen to e7, protecting the pawn and attacking this knight. And once again, it's not entirely clear to me
how to continue here.
I mean, I do have an idea here, but it doesn't look like it works. I do have one idea, but
it's the knight on f5, or?
No. No, the reason I know it is because I know the main game, of course. So that's why I know this idea. So really what you've got to do here is try and figure out after knight takes h6, gh6, queen h6, f6, if there is a legitimate follow-up. You can't leave that line there. So do you want to try and do that? Yes. Do you want the position on the board?
Yeah, I mean, it's not intended to be like this because we should, of course, have it in our heads. Do not try to cheat, but of course you can move. If you're not like that level of chess, it's always good to play the moves, I would say, right? And then try to think them in your head through.
Yes.
And then see if they will really work.
Correct. I mean, that's, of course, in a real game, we couldn't just put this position on the board. But I'm curious to see.
So stupid,
unfortunately.
Right?
Let's see. So let's see. Now, you had an idea at the very start.
Yes. To take the rook on the bishop on c6.
Right.
So if we take and then the knight takes back and then we play e5 finally, how it was intended.
Right. So brilliant. So rook takes c6. Looking at the forcing moves, I love it. Knight takes c6, e5. Hitting the knight and threatening e takes f6, which would definitely be beneficial. Because the pawn very much is an attacking piece. It covers the g7 square, so that queen g7 is no longer available. But of course, after rook takes c6, knight takes c6, pawn to e5, he doesn't have to... Well, it's his move, and he has a clear move there, which is what?
Is it that clear? Is it just...
Yes.
Taking on e5 back?
Yes. Yeah. It's just.
I mean, it's that's what I even thought before. Sorry.
Yes. It's just taking on e5 back. Okay. Yeah. And actually, the knight on e5 does a tremendous job because it covers the g6 square as well, right? And after knight takes e5, we've got no checks. He's covering the 7th. He's threatening to go queen g7 next. He's even got ideas of, some eliminating the knight on d6 he can do sometimes because he'll be a piece up. He's a full rook up here, right? So it doesn't work. So what do you do in such a situation? You do what?
You switch it around a bit.
You invert the move order of the combination.
Correct. Genau.
So
how about
now
e5.
Right. So now what if we go e5 immediately? Well, now we're threatening the bishop just to win it. And if we win a full piece back, we're laughing because we've won all these pawns and so on, right?
Yeah.
So he has to take on g2. That's really the only sensible move here.
Yeah.
And now it's white to play.
Now, unfortunately, there is not yet a real threat on playing pawn takes f6, because there's always the queen on a7, which is blocking the fun. Of course, at one point then we can go to f7. Oh.
Hold on, yeah. Okay.
We have to take on f6. So, because not only that the threat is on f7, we will automatically attack the rook on d8. I was looking at this rook a long time too, once the knight is moving to a different space.
Okay.
So, f6 takes. What's happening now?
Okay. That's for you. So e takes f6. So
Yeah.
we have sacrificed a bishop and a knight. So we're a bishop and a knight down. So e takes f6. So the question is, after e takes f6, why can't the bishop go, let's just say it goes to d5 or something like that?
d5. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, try and blockade some stuff.
d5 is nice. But, oh, that's so... Oh, d5 is really, really ugly. Okay, good point. A very, very good point. Because now I cannot shift my rooks over. How about
Correct.
I try to shift them now? Because now I can access c4.
So you want to go rook c4 immediately?
Yeah.
Okay, now there is, I can see one potential issue with it. Let's see if you can see it. So F5? The threat is rook g4 check. There's f5 that does exist, but there's an even better move where I can see saving the bishop and protecting against rook g4.
Is that so? Is that so? Wow. Saving the bishop on g2? No. How? What am I missing here?
Yep.
After
so rook c4, you can save the bishop.
I don't see it. Ah! Now I see it.
Right.
Bishop f3.
Right. Just bishop f3, right? He covers g4 and he attacks the d1 rook. And the other point is if you... Yeah.
May I? Sorry, yeah, but then...
Yeah, go on.
Rook h4, no? But then the queen goes to
then queen g7. And then it all falls apart because he blocks the mate, he attacks the queen, he's attacking the rook. And so on.
Vishy. Oh.
So that doesn't work. So we can't bring the rook over.
No. Oh gosh, is it? Am I feeling very stupid, or is it?
No, it's not. It's not selfish. So let's put this on the board. So e takes f6, bishop d5.
Yeah. So what happened? But now there's no big threat anymore on pushing the pawn forward to f7. I think.
Is there not? You should always look at the checks, regardless.
Okay. Okay, that's a very, very good point you're making. f7 check. Rook takes f7.
Keep on going.
Oh, yeah. Why? Why don't I see this? Because I don't make those moves. Queen g5 check.
Correct. Queen g5. f7 forces rook takes f7 and queen g5. We at least win this rook. And actually, you've got to be a little bit careful because if you go king h7 and take this rook, just always be vigilant because that's checkmate out of nowhere, right? So you can blunder that. So instead, you would have to play knight takes f7, and on queen takes f7, queen takes d8. I'm assuming is winning. Even here, you have to carry on because there's queen f3.
Also tough, but queen h4 check.
Queen h4 check. Let's say king g7, queen g5 check. Let's say he goes here. In the absolute worst case, you can take on d5. In the worst case scenario. And this position probably is winning for white because after knight takes d5, the black king is much weaker than the white king. For example, after a move like rook c8, queen d1 check is just one check. Queen d1, king g2.
Yeah, that's the victory for white, I think.
Yeah.
Almost. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you can't do that. So you can't go bishop d5. And in fact, then f7 check is a threat against any move here, right? So
there's actually only the move rook takes f7.
Yeah, exactly. So here, Topalov took on d6.
Oh, okay.
Now you do have to take back on d6 because we're a lot of pieces down. Rook takes d6, and he played bishop e4. But Topalov had already Vishy had already understood that after rook takes e6, rook e7 is now a threat.
Indeed.
So knight d3 happens. Check. He protected the f2.
Exactly. Yeah. I said check because I saw the threat on f2. Sorry.
Queen h7. And now the final touch that for sure Vishy had already calculated well in advance, okay, which is the move f7 check. This is a gorgeous little sort of deflection tactic. Queen h7 was also guarding this bishop on e4, right?
Killer move, absolutely.
Yeah, beautiful. So if king takes, just rook here check, and you pick up the rook and it's mate.
I think
if rook takes,
mate,
it's mate on f8.
The other move, the other rook doesn't matter, yeah.
Yeah, and on queen takes this one, actually the best move is just to take on e4 because the bishop is a very powerful piece and the knight isn't so much. Now rook g4 check is a threat, and after queen f5, rook e7, Topalov resigned here. This was actually game 4, of their match. Queen g7 is mate, and anyway, the black king is too open, and we've defended against the only check, and it's a relatively straightforward victory. For example, after rook f7, you might even be able to go rook c8 check here. Cute little move. Queen takes c8, queen g6 check, king h8 only move. And now I'm assuming rook takes f7 is probably the easiest way. I think. Yeah, queen c1 check, king g2, just see if the checks go anywhere. King h3, queen c8 check. I don't know, some g4. There are no more checks. He would have to come over. And finally, you give mate like this. It all flows. So a lovely...
So what have we learned today?
Well, so what have we learned from this particular puzzle is that the intuitive sacrifice in this position is knight takes h6. And what's really important is that when you face a little bit of resistance, like you did here, you have to keep on going. You have to really ask yourself, okay, is this really the end of the story? Don't be lazy. Put your soul into it. And what was really important before you actually mentioned this is that you were talking about how this bishop on c8 is potentially, C6, a little bit... Sorry?
C6.
On C6 is a little bit loose. So you want to keep that in the back of your mind in order to,
use it later, maybe.
Use it later on, right? So this is the key idea that I tell my students. If you can wegschmeißen the move, you can throw out the move, but don't throw out the idea, because the idea might work later on. The specific move at that specific time might not work, but the concept could exist in the position for many moves later on down the line.
That's beautiful.
That's the key concept here.
Very,
and what a beautiful combination by Vishy. Yeah. Should we do another one?
Let us jump over and do tactics. I think
do the tactics. Okay.
Yeah, we can do the other one maybe in the week after.
Next week.
Yeah, next time. Let's say next time. I know how you have a lot to do. And,
I will be. Oh, yeah, you're right. Next week I won't be able to do it. I'll be traveling back from Warsaw, so
yes,
that's going to be tricky.
Well, I think the first week of January, probably.
Okay. Probably. Okay. Right. Now we are 23:13. How long do we have? Sort of 10, 15 minutes, something like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Should we see
let's go 10, 15 minutes. Let's see.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this one is relatively straightforward.
Oh, you have to reshare, I think.
Oh, sorry.
No worries.
Let me do that. Here. Okay. So in this position here, white to play. This is 1180 difficulty. I don't know why they're giving us such an easy one. I'm just going to do it. I think you've got it.
Just go through it for the first couple of moves again, because
yeah.
I mean,
so mate in 2
here today, or let's go.
Okay, next position. Right, this one is 1818.
Oh,
I do not see it straight away, which means
it straight away.
Oh, well done. There you go. Oh, yeah, I see it now.
To be rook d2 check, right?
Correct. Yeah. Well done. Yeah. And we win the queen. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, this one is very easy. Yep.
Is it very, very easy? Yes.
Yes.
Very easy.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it's just a check on a6, right? Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. Good. Rook a6 and queen a5.
Had to reassure myself.
Yeah. No worries. Okay, this one here now.
Let's go.
So there's an obvious start to this.
It has.
And then.
Wait, of course.
But that's why it's 2061.
Yeah, the G pawn is running away if we swap everything. Wait, yes. So of course, if check on e5, king takes, knight c4.
Yep.
King goes probably f4, and actually black has to. No, that's the question.
Well, so after takes knight c4 check, king f4, knight takes b2, g3. That is the point.
Yeah, is the knight on time? It doesn't look like. Oh! There's a fork maybe on e2.
There's a fork on e2, so. But can we get from b2 to e2? I don't see how we do that.
Get there.
No. Okay.
Wow. And if we just move the knight to c4 immediately, then the
so knight c4 rook b5. Yeah.
And then h5.
Yeah, h5 g3.
h6,
g2,
and h7.
Now, I think that's the solution because he's got no way of getting out the pin, and we're threatening to take knight takes e5, takes, and then rook takes e5, check, king takes e5, h8 equals queen with check. But so my instinct tells me that's the correct answer.
It looks so.
I think it's a trick. It's a trick question because I think a lot of people would be tempted to take on e5.
Yeah. And
then they fall in for this trap. So I'm going to say knight c4 is correct.
Wow. There we go. Well done, Lawrence.
Oh, and it will just solved. Nice. And it does that.
Nice. We're moving forward.
Okay, 2076. All right, this one here is relatively straightforward.
It looks a bit, right? There's a check on c2, and it's probably
has to be
correct. Wait,
yeah.
Okay.
It's 100.
Yeah, because of the knight, which is just there's checkmate threats everywhere. Okay.
Cool. Yeah, and if here we can take here, and it's mate on a3 as well.
Nice,
okay.
Nice.
Okay, this one is 1886. Okay, this is.
I think it's just.
This is very nice.
Check on b2 with the rook.
Yeah.
And then
bishop takes.
Check on f1. King goes.
King c2.
Queen a4 check.
King d2.
Queen d1.
King e3.
Queen f3 checkmate.
King d2.
Damn it. Rook d1 check. No.
Queen d1 is correct.
But then we go back again.
No, queen d1 check, king e3.
King e3. And
I think.
But then queen f3, is it not checkmate?
No, the king goes to d2. There is checkmate in one move there after king e3. Yeah.
Okay, then let's try to. Is it correct? Yeah.
Yeah, there's a checkmate in one there.
You have to show me. Let's
okay, so rook b2, bishop b2, rook f1, king c2, queen a4, king d2, queen d1, king e3, and now this is the checkmate. That's it. That's all you had to say.
Lawrence.
We got it. No worries.
Well
all right.
Good.
Now, this is a cute one.
Oh.
It's black to play. Obviously, we can't take this rook, right? That's
taboo.
Wait a second. No, sorry, we're white. Sorry, we're white going up.
Okay, I found it.
Yeah, I have. It's beautiful as well.
It is, and I learned it recently from our calendar. It even has a name, Stamas mate.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
there you go.
I'm pretty sure that is at least. I think it is with the pawn and with the knight, but it is rook h1 check.
Yeah.
And then the knight to f1 checkmate.
Beautiful.
Absolutely crazy nice.
Okay.
Whew, wow, we're doing good progress. Well, this looks so obvious, right? But it cannot be so obvious, can it?
I think it is that obvious because I don't see another way.
Now the problem is though. Rook d1 check.
Rook d1, yeah.
Knight d5. If we take back, the queen can take on f5. Then we take on c6 with check.
Yeah, looks very dangerous.
King goes to c7, queen d6.
Correct.
And I think that's going to be mate in one after that. Well, let's go for it.
So it's going to be rook d1, knight d5.
No. Okay, solved.
Oh, it just gives it just
let's quickly
gives
quickly shall we show this? Okay, it doesn't matter.
Oh, sorry. I can go back.
No, I basically said it. It's how it is, Okay. So, what's the time right now? Let's do it for another 5-6 minutes and then
Okay.
I think we can reach our 2-3-5-0. That's
easily. We're easily going to get there after that. So we're going to get there.
Wait a second. Are we black?
We're white here because I think it's always the side.
But no, we're black. Look, the dot on the down right corner.
So white just moved. You're right. Sorry.
Isn't it just queen b8?
Queen f2 knight. Oh no! I've got it.
It's not queen.
Oh wait, what?
8. Yeah.
Sorry, that was a weird one. Okay.
Yeah, that was
very weird.
But you look, this is interesting because you thought of something different, right? Because it was so obvious that it was like it cannot be. You thought that was a bit irritating. I like that.
Okay, rook c2. Rook f7, sorry. So we are black here.
Yeah.
Black to play. And I assume it's black to move and win. And it says very difficult, Arne, 2346. So this is one of our highest ones. And this is going to require some work. So.
All right. Yeah, this is the end boss.
Yeah, this is end boss stuff. This is end boss stuff here.
That's the. Do you ever play computer games, by the way?
I'm not a computer games guy. No, I'm not actually.
Well done. Well done. Very good.
I'm not. I know that might disappoint a few people, but
not at all.
I'm not.
I'm proud of you. Now, I like a5 to be honest, but it cannot be. It can't.
A5 rook f4 mate is an issue.
Nice.
Rook f4 is mate. Okay, so he's threatening mate in one. So clearly we have to do something about this situation with the king, right? So we've got to check on h3. We've got to check on e2. These are the first two moves we have to look at.
Yeah, and the follow-up. I mean, there's only one follow-up, of course, after the check on h3, which looks very natural, which is the check on h1.
But then king f2.
Exactly. And then how does this continue?
Exactly.
How does this continue? Now, can I ask you something? What happens?
Yeah, go on.
Oh, it cannot happen because then there's this bishop on. Oh.
Okay.
I think I have something.
Okay.
I think I'm on
Tell
something.
Me. Go on.
So the plan,
I haven't got it.
The plan is rook h3, king g1, and the king has to go to g3 to threaten checkmate, which is not possible.
Which is not possible, which is why I was...
So in the next move,
you just take the bishop. See. Wow, maybe you can even do it immediately.
Exactly, yeah. I think it might...
So rook takes b8, rook takes b8.
Is this...
Maybe you can even refine it, because after rook takes b8, rook takes b8, rook h3 check, King G1, King G3.
Exactly.
King F1.
King F1, damn it. No. King, Rook takes B8. Rook takes B8.
Takes B8. Yeah.
King, Rook. What about Rook E2?
Now we're talking. Now I'm getting more excited. Rook E2 check, King G1.
And now, after the king goes to G3 and the king goes to
F1,
then the bishop to D3?
That looks very strong to my eyes, because now we're threatening rook anywhere and mate. What if he attacks our rook there with rook D7?
D7. Rook D7?
Yeah.
Ah, you mean the bishop?
He attacks the bishop on. Yeah.
I think we can just take on.
Yeah. I think that's it.
Because
and I think that's winning.
Not there anymore. Let's take the bishop. I think this is the first move. Yes.
Hey.
Oh, this.
And I'm pretty sure.
So
wow! Rook E2 is not the strongest move. How interesting that that's not the strongest move.
So it has to be.
Wow. Yeah, then the strongest move, probably it wants to play.
So
wow.
Interesting. Wow. Oh, and I just wanted to say it feels so good.
Wow.
What a tactic. Okay, I think I have another idea. What about Rook G3?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do as well. But after rook, let's say rook E7 or something. Rook G2 check, King H1.
If rook E7, we can give... okay. Wait.
Rook E7, rook E8, one of these moves. Rook G3, rook E7, rook G2, King H1.
It has to be rook G3.
I'm not sure it is. Oh, I know what it is. Holy cow. It's not rook G3, I've got it.
No.
Yeah, it's not rook G3.
Oh no, what is it?
It's rook E1. Threatening the mate. So the really difficult tactics problems are, of course, those where you don't actually, you look at all the checks, but rook E1 is just a mating net. Look how gorgeous that is.
That is such a cool puzzle.
That was pretty cool.
Let's keep it at this, because that's we're almost there, and now it's time to you can unshare the screen. It's so much fun.
Yeah, guys, that was a lot of fun.
You have to do the tactics training. Oh
my! You got to do the tactics training.
It's snowing outside. Wow.
It's cold here as well. Yeah.
Lawrence,
cold in Hamburg.
I wish you lovely, great holidays.
Thank you.
Enjoy the time
equally
in Warsaw.
And, I will.
I think we won't speak each other before next year, so
probably
have a lovely
New Year
too, and
you too.
We keep in touch. Everybody at home.
Everybody keep on doing those tactics every day. Tactics.chessbase.com. Buy all the DVDs. Tactics every day. No excuses.
There we go. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, guys. Bye.